Michael Saylor is one of the biggest advocates for cryptocurrency in the United States, particularly Bitcoin. He makes headlines often for promoting Bitcoin as a lucrative asset for anyone trying to store wealth. Not only that, he put his money where his mouth is. As the CEO of Microstrategy, he converted their entire cash reserve of over $3 billion into Bitcoin. We're covering Saylor again due to some insightful comments he made in March, namely how Bitcoin is a stepping stone to the classic American dream. You might relate to the idea if you are like many other hopeful Bitcoin holders. The excitement and possibilities are enticing. The chance for generational wealth seems more likely every day. Make sure to stick around because at the end of the video, we're going to go over 3 steps that you should take to turn this dream into a reality. Welcome back to Profit Protection. On our channel, we bring you news about ideas and information from the thought leaders in the financial world. We break down headlines about financial markets, cryptocurrency, and digital assets from the people who understand them the best. If you found this channel educating and entertaining, we would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. This is the easiest way to support us so we can continue to bring you high-quality content. Alright, let's dive in. There are a million voices online trying to convince you that their investment strategy is the best and most reliable. This can quickly become overwhelming. It's difficult to know when someone's legitimate, knowledgeable, and are actually trying to give you advice instead of turning you into a follower. Michael Saylor is one such voice that has covered all these bases. This massively successful MIT grad and tech company CEO went from publicly denying Bitcoin's value on Twitter to converting his company's cash reserves entirely into crypto. When Michael Saylor started Microstrategy, it was a business intelligence service company. His thesis behind government-wide decisions is to take risks and evolve to stay competitive and relevant. This is a principle that extends further than pure policy changes. It puts MicroStrategy on the map. In the fourth quarter of 2021, Michael Saylor deemed Bitcoin as the best hedge against inflation and other economic forces when he moved all of the company's cash reserves into the cryptocurrency. Since then, it has continued to add more Bitcoins to its reserves. This made MicroStrategy the largest publicly traded holder of Bitcoin, putting it into the limelight at the height of the recent crypto buzz. Michael Saylor has not been shy about explaining his theories surrounding cryptocurrency. This is partly to appeal to his shareholders, as well as spread awareness of the opportunity to invest alongside him. This has given him a major voice within the investment space, and his first-hand involvement gives him even further credibility. He also strongly pushes the idea of individual investors buying their own cryptocurrency. This is because he believes that it's the best vehicle for storing your money in the long term. So, Bitcoin may be a great investment, but how does this translate into the American dream? A few Mondays ago, Michael Saylor found himself speaking to members of the Economic Club of New York. This club is a membership group based on questioning and studying social, economic, and political issues. Unsurprisingly, cryptocurrency has been a hot topic there. Saylor spent his time focusing on the worthiness of Bitcoin as an asset for storing wealth. He brought up one very good point. Hypothetically, what if there's a war and you own a building in Kiev or Moscow right now? His reason behind this is coming from the cumbersome and bogged down process of moving most assets. Take, for example, real estate or gold. Both hold value quite well, but they are subject to more real-world issues. This sort of property can be destroyed, seized, or otherwise lost. If your property is not safe out of your country, and it's not safe in your country, where can you go? Saylor said, the answer is cyberspace. Bitcoin is the American dream. We're inclined to agree with him. The dream of a lavish, wealthy life has been sold to everyone in America, and even outside it. Unfortunately, the wealth disparity and harsh reality of life can often crush this dream a little. Now we have an opportunity to raise ourselves and our families out of the average struggle. In an interview with Tom Bilyeu, Michael Saylor put it simply, it's very rare that you find a technology that's the solution to every rich person's problem and every poor person's problem simultaneously. The nature of cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin, reveals the best opportunity we have ever seen in financial history for storing wealth. Whether you call yourself rich or poor, the same principles apply. Using Bitcoin as the hedge against inflation and a place to store money is something that benefits anyone living in our economy. That being said, what makes Bitcoin the perfect asset? How does a cryptocurrency become a store of wealth? In a separate interview on the PBD podcast, Michael Saylor laid it out all for us.
The reason that Bitcoin is magical is because there's only 21 million. I can create more real estate in New York City. I can create more cars. I can create more luxury watches. I can create more gold. I can create more shares of stock. I can create more bonds. I can create any commodity. They're commodities by definition. Given enough money and time, I can create infinite of any of them. Bitcoin is a scarcity. Okay, name another scarcity in the world, right? And technically, it's not clear there is another scarcity, right? A scarcity is something of which it is absolutely capped. If the price goes up by a factor of 1,000 or 1,000,000, it is absolutely capped. That is not the case with gold, soybeans, silver, stock, bonds, real estate, single-family homes, ships, planes, trains, nothing else. Everything else could be manufactured. And of course, if the price goes up, the incentive to manufacture more will go up, which is why, buying a house isn't necessarily going to be a great store of value in an inflating economy, because you're going to have incentives for someone else to dilute the value of your house. If you do buy a house, better off to buy a house on land than a condo on the 57th floor of a building. And if you do buy it on land, better off to buy it on waterfront property. And if you buy waterfront property, better off to buy it on the beach. And if you buy it on the beach, you're better off to buy it in the most desirable location of affluent, intelligent people for the next 30 years.
I'm sure Pat has something to say about
pristine,
this.
which you had talked about, right?
Yeah.
You're better to be at scarce pristine or as close as you can.
And and you can do that for 10, 20, 30 years. That's Palm Beach, that's the Hamptons, right? You can figure that out. Now figure it out for 100 years.
Saylor put it perfectly. There are a million variables that you need to account for when trying to make the best real estate purchase, let alone precious metals or fine art. Not only that, but the supply can't top out. When there is no ceiling, supply continues to rise with demand. Bitcoin is the antidote to this, ensuring that the supply never rises, only the price. If you want to hear Michael Saylor talk more about crypto as compared to property, check out our older video, Michael Saylor, Why Crypto is Better Than Property. So, what might Bitcoin look like after mass adoption? What needs to happen for holders to realize their own American dream? The path to mass adoption of Bitcoin is likely to be both long and winding. There are many different routes we could see the cryptocurrency take. The biggest factor will probably be by large institutions and governments utilizing these digital assets. For example, if the United States government were to pass a bill requiring every business to accept Bitcoin as payments, many more people would buy and use the crypto. Because of this, the price would certainly rise. Similarly, when all banks and financial institutions hop on the train, their customers will too. If you are holding Bitcoin before it truly takes off, there's a high chance you will find yourself in a new tax bracket. We've already seen how quickly Bitcoin can grow. The fundamentals of the cryptocurrency hint that it's built to go much, much further. If crypto truly finds mass adoption, the American dream might just become reality once again. If a Bitcoin boom is on the horizon, how can you prepare? Here are 3 steps that you can take if you want crypto to change your life. Number 1, be realistic about your financial situation. We get it. Bitcoin is an exciting concept. The prospect of making double and triple digit percentages from your investment is alluring. Unfortunately, as much as internet gurus will hype it up, there's no promise that Bitcoin is going up anytime soon. Don't be that guy. The guy who sells everything and quits his job because Bitcoin will save him? You need to have a secure financial situation before diving into cryptocurrency investments. Having a consistent income is important so that you do not have to withdraw your crypto to pay for bills and risk missing out on a price jump. Number 2, do not attempt to time the market. You've probably heard the timeless phrase, timing the market beats timing the market. This has never been more true than in the crypto space. There are so many variables that affect the price of each and every coin, not to mention the relatively small market cap compared to other currencies. This creates a breeding ground for volatility. One of the most popular investment strategies when it comes to Bitcoin is dollar cost averaging, otherwise known as DCA. The benefit is that you worry less about the price you invest at. This is because DCA investing means buying a set amount at a set interval. So maybe you invest $100 every other week or once a month. This way, you don't waste time and money trying to pick the perfect entry. You will be guaranteed to be holding plenty of Bitcoin by the time it makes the next run. Number 3, take your emotions out of the equation. Does the term diamond hands mean anything to you? When you are buying stock, crypto, or other similar investments, you need to have the willpower to hold on tight through dips. There will definitely be lower lows before the highs come around, so it's necessary to have your emotions under control. Making it to the other side requires that you don't jump ship early. To do this, decide on your strategy and stick with it. Pick an exit price and don't settle for less. Those who buy and sell based on emotion are bound to lose their money in the end. When it's truly time to sell and take your profits, you will certainly know. So there you have it, guys. The American dream is living on through crypto holders, and the future is looking bright. It's important to know what to expect from the path ahead and the precautions we need to take as investors to protect ourselves. If you found this video educating or entertaining, please support us by liking and subscribing. Profit Protection aims to bring you high-quality content from the thought leaders in crypto, digital assets, and financial markets. We hope that these videos help you to create a stable and secure financial future. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Happy researching.